Oh my god, y'all. We're here with another book chat for one of the books in the wonderful, whatever, Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas, and this is the book chat for Empire of Storms. This book, I finished it. I said it at the beginning of all these book chats, but I finished this book a couple days ago. 3 days, took me 3 days to read this 700-page book, and I died. I spent like hours talking about it, watching videos about it, thinking about it, anything. I was just obsessed. I'm already obsessed with the series, but this book just had me in a whole, I don't even know what to call it. So we're going to talk about this book. I did really like it. I enjoyed it. I do plan on making a video the problems I have with Sarah J. Maas and this book or whatever, because there are some problems, but they're probably not like your problems, and also that's just how it is. I love this book. It was great. I really enjoyed it. I was choking. I threw it across the room at a point, and I'll talk about that in my book chat. So without further ado, we're going to discuss this book. The first thing that I wanted to say to you guys is the fact that I was here when they released this cover. At BookCon, I was here.
That cover, girl. I'm coming back soon to come so I can take a picture.
It was just so cool. I was like, oh my god, we took pictures by it. It was really, really nice. I didn't know anything about the series or anything. I was supposed to be reading the first book in book 2-a-thon of that year, but I just failed and it was not good. But now I'm so glad that I'm actually like here for it now. I feel like I should tell you guys this too before you go into it. Disclaimer, because I don't want people going into it like I did with hope that Chaol is going to be in this, because he's not. She cut my favorite character out of a crucial book in the series. I don't understand this. It was like this book was so important and so crucial to plot and world building, all this stuff, and he was not a part of it. I just really am disgusted by that fact. But anyway, we're going to continue talking about this and get into the stuff. First off, I was a little bit triggered because Lorcan, our new point of view person, along with the lead, well, she was in the last book too, but Lorcan's last name is Salvatierre, and I was just getting triggered because I was like, Salva anything is reserved for Damon and Stefan, and the Vampire Diaries, I'm just saying. Aelin and Selena. Wow. Aelin, Rowan, Avion, and Lysandra are in Terrasen. They're trying to set up their kingdom, and Darrow and his people, Ren and all of them, they're like against her. Like, Ren, I don't think, he's like on like not really like common ground or whatever, but there's a few people that actually support her, but Darrow flat out cannot stand her. He's just bashing everything about her, and I'm just like, she inherited this throne. Like, they have a whole document as to why she's not the heir, why she shouldn't be queen. I'm just like, she earned and inherited that freaking throne, and she deserves to be on it. But whatever, we need conflict. So obviously I went past it, and I was just reading this, and somebody said something about Chaol, and I was just like, he's only mentioned like 5 times in the book, and I swear to God, I was triggered every time. She literally snapped his spine in the last book and left him out the book. What type of treatment is that? Literally, you could have just not created him in the first place if you're going to treat your characters this bad. I just don't. And of course, it has to be my favorite character. Of course it does. So let's top it off, because the people, Parrington is in another body, and he sends the witches to go attack Dorian in his castle and take Dorian back so they can put him back under the Val people's rule or whatever. And Rowan and them get wind of this, so she tells him to fly to a Darlin so that he can save Dorian. And they go, and the witches go and stuff, but man, it's like, I hope I don't get there too late, because she knows the other witches are going to try and kill him on sight. But she gets there, wipes them all out. He's fighting stuff too, but he obviously can't fight like all these witches. So she comes in, swoops in, saves him. I'm like, my shit popping off. I was really happy about that. About her saving him. And then I was really triggered because then Rowan popped in and then saw Amanda and thought, oh my god, a witch. So he like started choking her. I was like, no, stop. She's a good guy. And then all this stuff goes down, and obviously she doesn't capture Dorian because she went there to save him, and he owes her a life debt now, so that's great. So she goes back to, I forgot where they're at now, she goes back to the witches people, and then Dorian gets saved by Rowan, and they go to the Skull Bay or something to go get Ross support, because they need armies and they need people to back them up, so that's what they're going to do. Shannon and her people, the 13, she's getting punished because she actually killed 2 of the other clan, the other covens or whatever. She killed 2 of their people. So a blood price has to be paid with blood or whatever. So she's getting punished by, they have to kill her second. She has to kill Asterin. I was like, oh my god, no. That was her punishment. But she was like, okay, the last thing I can give her is my death, because they want to have all the people from the other clan like kill her. But she was like, no, I'm going to deliver the death. So great, they're all getting ready for the death, and she's about to like cut her head off or whatever, and then And then she looks at the 13 and they have this sign up. They have this sign they do that means like we're in service to you or whatever. Like we support you, whatever you do. And like they all did it. And then she was like, and then they all did it again. And she was like, what? And sliced the sword in her grandmother's position. I like fell down. I was like in the car. I like flew under the seat. It was all good. I was like, yes. I thought she killed her, but of course they had this crazy fight that didn't even get finished. So in the last book we're gonna have a big gigantic fight scene with them. That's gonna be great. I hope Manon wins. Jesus. They all run away. The 13 runs, and Asterin, I forgot what happened to her. Like we don't really know what happens to her. She's like a mystery. And Manon gets on her thing and flies, and she gets stopped by this thing. This is later on, but like this is basically her whole front part of story. She flies off with Abracos, and then ends up falling out of the sky because this demon thing comes after her. These Ilkin things that are coming after Lord Cannon and lead to, and knocks her out of the sky or whatever. And she's like really wounded from the fight with her grandmother, so she basically is unconscious now. She tells Abracos to take her somewhere safe. And then we don't hear from her from another like 50 chapters. Next thing I have noted here is when people started meeting up because Dorian and Rowan are in the Skulls Bay. So then Aelin and Lysandra and them, they come to Skulls Bay too. And they walk in the room. Rolf walks into his office because Rowan and them, like, they wanted a meeting with him. Turns on the light. And Selena Sardothian is sitting in the seat. I miss Selena. Everybody says this in their book tab, but I miss Selena. She didn't care. She was just this one that didn't care. And like Aelin has a lot of other baggage and stuff. And I love Aelin. She's still bad. But I'm sad. I miss her. But anyway, she was sitting in the chair, and then they're all talking like, oh my god, put the jewels back and stuff. Next thing you know, Aelin Galathius walks out. I'm just like, which one's the real one? So one of them was Lysandra. I for some reason keep forgetting she's a whole shapeshifter. It was a really cool scene because everybody was like, what is this demonry? Another one of my ships started popping off in this scene era chapters. So Aedion and Lysandra, they're really not like a ship. They just like flirting with each other because it's like harmless, and he's like scared she won't want like him or whatever because of like her past. So they're just like friendly flirting, and they were like in the alleyway, and I was really living for it. So points for shit that I wanted to happen. This is like one of the biggest plot points in the whole book until the end. It was this big battle on Skulls Bay. These sea dragons, they told them earlier that, oh my god, if you touch the word dragon, word sea dragons, whatever, they're like word people. So not people, but like creatures. So they said if you kill one of the offspring, they haunt you forever. Like the seas will never be safe again. So for this battle, everybody gets ready and stuff. Lysandra poses like actually that's what she's been working on all this time, getting herself to shift into a sea dragon. She gets in the water, shifts to the sea dragon, and then they're going and stuff, and it was just so cool. But before she was in the water and stuff, meanwhile they're on the boat, like everybody else is on the boat, and Aelin's on the boat, and all of a sudden they're like, her and Rowan are like trying to deal with their magic or whatever because this is going to be a big battle, so they want to like merge or something. And she went to the bottom of her magic, what she thought was the bottom, and then Deanna, a complete like, I don't even like, she's like a goddess or something, like possessed her and had her turn her magic like almost on the city that she was trying to help and trying to get support from. Worst scene ever. And then Rowan jumped in the middle like, oh, I can't hurt him, and then she like yanked her out of her, and it was like, oh, that's cool. Thank you, Aelin, for not ruining every chance you had at a legit army. So yeah, I was just talking about the sea wyvern. That's what they were called. The offspring. They're like, if you kill the offspring, then your life is over. And that's what Lysandra did, and she didn't even realize that they were the offspring. And then she saw the real ones, and she was like, oh god dang it. But she ended up pulling through. She was really tired and stuff, but it was so cute. She was on the beach, and they were all done with the fight and stuff, and they were walking away from the beach, and she was all like, and then Aedion came over there, and she was like, hey, you like, wake up. And then he said, he was like joking with her, and he was like, you know, one day you have to wake up because one day I want to marry you. And I was just like, shit. Like, it was like one of those friendly things people joke about, but I was just like, you better. Yeah, they don't stand a chance because I'm going to marry you. Because she was, I forgot what it was really, but it was just really, really cute. Then, this is what the scene I was dreading the whole entire book. I knew something was going to happen between Rowan and Aelin because in the beginning, when they were in the camp and being all cute or whatever, like everybody was being cute, they kept sneaking off like, oh, we're going to do it later on or whatever. And I'm like, I'm not going to like this when it happens. So it started happening, I was like, no, stop, cease this behavior. And they were like kissing kissing and stuff, you know, normal stuff. And then she was like, oh, they were like talking, and she was like, well, then they were like about to do it. She's like, why are you the only one fully clothed still? I noted that because I was screaming. I don't know, I was laughing a lot in the scene. I threw the book.
Are you talking about Ellen?
Yes! She's obsessed with Rowan. I don't understand
Rowan's
her life.
my fave guy.
Rowan sucks. He doesn't, but whatever. Everything was fine until they started bringing up how he tried to bite her before, and she was like, and no, she wanted him to bite her, and he was like, I don't bite the females of other males or something like that. And I was like, Chaolina. I miss them so much.
No.
Yes, it's tragic.
No.
This one part I like, but it kept getting better. The scene kept getting better. I was like, oh my god, I'm living for this. And then they were talking about, they like had pulled back or whatever, and they were talking about like marking their whatever mate or whatever. This is like a werewolf fan fiction already, but I'm not hating right now. We're not doing a roast video right now. So they're talking about it, and then he was talking about how like whatever is normal, and then she was like, well, do females bite the males? And I just was like, well, I threw the book, it flew across the room. I was like, oh, she went off. It was just like that moment when I was just like, I truly do ship you guys. And he was talking about how like they didn't continue the entire scene, but in the next chapter he was talking about how he felt like the second time when she actually did bite him. Why did they not include any of the actual good scenes in the scene? I was just triggered. But anyway, Manon told Abercross to fly somewhere safe, like I said earlier, and he flew her to Dorian and them on the ship that they were on to go to, I forgot. But yeah, Abercross flew her to him, and she touched down. Dorian was like, oh, don't shoot, and I'm just like, oh my god. And then like put her in a room, they chained her up and stuff because she's a prisoner, she's a witch, like nobody knows what she's gonna do. And she was all triggered, like not triggered, she was just like unconscious and stuff. So they had to nurse her back to health, and that was great. And I was like, okay, you know, I'm dealing with this. Two characters I haven't talked about at all, Elite and Locan. Elite is a bad one. I really do appreciate her development in this book. She was really cool. Like one time the Ilkin were attacking her, and then she was acting like Manon and them had acted like, oh yeah, Hori, what are you doing? You should get away from me before I get you, or something like that. Like just acting really cool, and it was really just really nice. And how I thought it was cool. No one talks about this, but I thought it was really cool how Lorcan used its magic to like help her leg because she's like crippled. I appreciate that. They do end up being a thing. I'm talking about that later. Actually, not later because right now. So they're traveling to Terracin, and they had to stop in these marshes where surprise, surprise, Dorian and them, Aelin, all of them are in the marshes too. So Elite and Locan are like laying down to sleep or whatever, and then she literally kisses him. It was just like the cutest thing ever. And I was like, oh my god! But then next thing you know, there's like a herd of darkness coming, and he feels it because his power of darkness, and he sees these things coming, and I'm like, oh my god! And then that's when it comes back to Aelin and them, and turns out they're gonna have to fight these evil whatever is coming. I forgot what it was exactly, but they had to fight them off. And how they did it was Dorian and Rowan and them were in the back while Aelin got her magic ready. She had been getting ready for it, and she just unleashed her fire on all of them. It was really, really cool. And afterwards, Rowan came over there and like hugged her. Like, I never even saw Elite and Locan as a ship until that scene. And then obviously they met up because they're in the same area, and he sent out like a warning to everybody, not really on purpose, but he did. Yes, he did, to say to Maeve so she could come, but that's later. So he sent out a warning to everybody so they wouldn't die or whatever, and then Aelin and them got it, so they got ready for the battle. They did all the stuff. Elite and Lorcan then meet up with them because he knows that it's his magic, and they're like, oh my god. Elite's reaction to seeing Aelin was the cutest thing ever. She was just like, oh my god. That's like meeting her favorite celebrity for like the first time. It was just a really nice scene because she had been waiting to meet her the whole book. It was just really cute. And then her reaction to seeing Manon was really cute too. It was nice. So after this goes on, they have to deal with Fenris and then trying to kill Lorcan, and like, oh my god, no, I forbid you and stuff. And then they have to do this other fight, this last big gigantic battle at the end. They have to go and they have to fight Maeve's armada ship people who are coming to kill them. And basically she sends a letter saying, y'all need to surrender before tomorrow or it's done and over or whatever. And actually before this happens, another army pops up. They think they're enemies, but it's really Ansel from Briarcliff, the one that she shot like after a second after she was supposed to shoot to give her like more time. It was just really cute. I appreciate their relationship. Yeah, so she brought her whole army from the waist, and it was really nice. Man, it was triggered because the waist are like where she's supposed to be going, whatever. She had her army and their army, like her court or whatever. They're gonna fight off Maeve. who tells her to surrender by nightfall. They're gonna move in on him. So then, in the midst of all of this, Dorian figured out that this mirror that they picked up before or something that's supposed to be like the word key, but it's not the word key. They're like, what does this mirror do? So on the top or something, it's like a symbol of like some ice and some fire or something, and it's like Aelin and Manon. So they have to step into the mirror together, and in this mirror is like flashbacks and stuff. We learn that Aelin has to sacrifice herself. Aelin or Dorian, probably Aelin because Aelin is more like developed or whatever, has to sacrifice herself for the word keys. It's gonna take your life and take your magic and everything. So that's what we're gonna have to do in the last book. But before all this happens, they're like in there, but they're fighting. Rowan and them, they're all outside fighting Maeve. It's crazy, but Rowan actually before the battle, great little Rowan. First thing I really like that he did in this book. What am I saying? I don't really hate him. But anyway, so he went to his cousins in Maeve's ship as like a hawk or whatever, and told them all to turn against Maeve, and they did. It was beautiful. It was beautiful because they were about to get moved in on. They didn't have enough people. It was perfect. It was perfect. I appreciate Rowan's life. And that's when we think everybody's about to die. Once again, Abercross and the 13, because Abercross left Manon because like he couldn't move into battle with them. Because like he would be too conspicuous or whatever. So he left, and then Manon was like freaking out about how he hadn't come back yet. So we worried about that. Wow. Oh my god, they're in this battle, and then Abercross brings the 13, all of them, even Asterin is still alive, and he rains all their stuff down on the people, and that's greatness. It was beautiful. And also Lysandra doing her part always. She made herself into this magnified, custom-made creature that like murdered everybody and like took all the boats and stuff and messed them up. It was really nice. Everybody was doing their beautiful part here. Aedion was actually one of my favorite characters in this book. I didn't talk about him a lot, but he was one of my favorite characters. He's really funny and stuff. And yeah, so I appreciate him being in this too. So Aelin and Manon get back from the mirror, and somehow they land right in front of Maeve. Elide is with Maeve too, and she's killed all her guards because Lord Cain left her there so she wouldn't have to be in the battle. Jesus! They're all like standing there like, what's going on? And then Maeve takes like, oh my god, it's just so much stuff happening. I don't even remember how it happened, but basically what happened was Maeve took out Aelin's power. Like, they were fighting, and she like choked her with darkness or something, and then she couldn't use her magic. She was like really weak and stuff. I was just, what is going on? Lord Cain then tried to help, but she was like, no, I command you to not, and the blood oath and all that stuff. So they're all standing there, and Elide's like, oh my god, what's going on? And Elide actually is pretty cool. She's like, don't leave me here, I'm trying to fight. Aelin is standing there, Man is just looking like, what y'all doing? Like, she doesn't care. And and then Elide's like, Maeve, do something, oh my god! And then Maeve is like, oh Jesus, like, you're about to get got. So she gave them an ultimatum. She was like, okay, either you come with me, or I take you and Elide. So Lord Cain was like, triggered, because Lord Cain and Elide are a thing, and they're beautiful. I really do appreciate their relationship. So Elide's like, no, don't do it just for me, no, or whatever, and no one listens to her because she's irrelevant. And then she actually lets them go of their blood oath. She literally lets them go. Like, she's like, okay, not Fenris, I forgot which one, Gabriel, Aedion's father. That was cute. Aedion's father, she lets him go of his, and he's like it got shot in the chest. Basically, that's how he was acting, because like that's a serious thing. Because they've been working for her for a long time, and then she releases Lord Cain too. But at least he's free now, so like he can be with Elide. Beautiful, beautiful. And gave herself up, and then it was really sad because this book didn't have any powerful moments like Air of Fire and Queen of Shadows did. So oh my god, when Maeve got her bodyguard to be like, okay, 10 lashes, and that right now you're gonna bow down to me, and 10 lashes, I was like, oh my god. And over here I was just having heart attacks, and then he did it, but she did not wield, and then they put her in the coffin, and it was just horrible. My god. So then after this, the aftermath, Lord Cain is standing on the grass after being like released of his blood oath from the woman he loves, and then Elide is like, I don't want to talk to you anymore, and then he actually starts crying. Lord Cain cries, and he's crawling after Maeve. Saddest moment in the world. And Ilias from Assassin's Blade literally brings Aelin a whole army. She's not there to see it, but that's so beautiful to me. I thought it was cute and stuff, but their relationship was cute. I'm glad. He brought a whole bunch of men too. I forgot the amount of number, but it was really big. All my shits are together at the end. Lysandra and Aedion are going. Lysandra's acting as Aelin because she's obviously not there. And then Manon and Dorian are going to find the Crochan army. Manon and Dorian are taking off. Rowan said he saw it, and then he said that Manon said something in Dorian's ear that made him really truly smile. And I feel like that's beautiful because happiness is so far away from all these characters. And Rowan and Elide and them are going to go look for Aelin. This book broke my heart. I love it so much. I can't wait to get Tower of Dawn because chaol just deserves more than this series. But whatever. I love y'all. I'll see you later with another video. Bye.